Good afternoon, badass artists. I'm Mia Leando. We are back on a new coloring adventure in Ladies of Loradale. We've been using this book like crazy, but I think we're going to be jumping over to the new book, Celestia. It should be out tomorrow or the next day on Amazon, and it's got lots of angels and really pretty dresses and feathers and hairstyles and all of that. So we'll probably be jumping out of this one and into the new book tomorrow, next, as soon as it comes out on Amazon. Actually, I should say as soon as I get my copy. I don't get an early copy of the books, unfortunately. I have to wait just like you guys. So as soon as Celestia arrives for me, I will start making videos for you. So anyway, I thought that we would take this opportunity to work on some fabrics and some different textures. And this little dress is so cute. I thought let's work on that today. It'll probably be a 2-day process, but I haven't done any skins or flowers or background. I've not done anything on her, and I thought we would just start from the very, very beginning. So I'm going to grab some pencils real quick. That's how unprepared I am. I didn't even grab pencils. I think we're going to be using Evazar London. That's what I had out earlier. I was working on a different project in Turtle Bay, and I think I might just stick to that. So let me grab those pencils and we will get underway. For those of you that don't have Evazars, I will add the link in the description below. I like the pencils, but I think that they are sold out in the United States right now in the 130 set. They are still available in the United Kingdom. There is a comparable set and a different brand, and I think it's the same pencil, it's just got a different brand name on it. It's one of those deals. Yeah, so I'll add both of them in the link. But let's do this one in pretty pinks and purples and see where that takes us. I'm gonna start with this color. It's called taupe, but it's kind of a lavender color. I really like this one, and I thought that might be a nice place to start. So when you're dealing with shiny fabric or satin or silks or anything that's going to have some shine, the biggest thing about getting shine is getting the highlight right. But I think I've said it a million times, you can't have light without dark. So first we're going to go in and we're going to work this color into the creases and the darker spots of the material. And it's almost like tracing. You just kind of go around and follow those, little darker shadows and fill that in. So it's more busy work than anything. And I always say that the first pass is kind of a test. You can always go back and realize you need it to be darker later. It just kind of gives you a gauge for all the layers that are forthcoming. It's good to have, for me, I don't always do good when I'm just staring at gray and white. Sometimes having the color, helps me gauge where I need to go. And I thought we'd do some fun things with color on this one. Add some unique colors that we don't always think of putting together. I'm even gonna work this into this really, really, really dark area where it's very shadowy. And you don't have to get real specific in the super dark areas. Let the grayscale work for you. And sorry about the dryer buzzer. I've got lots of stuff going on in the house today. I've got fans and washer and dryer. So welcome to my house. Feel comfortable. I think in my last video I had to set the phone down and get an Amazon package. I'm like, oh, you guys know you're at home now when I set you down so I can go get the package. I can't let packages sit out very long. They don't last long if I do, so. It's like, hey, there's probably art supplies in there. You guys won't mind if I go pick that up. We're just kind of, you know, touching here and there, getting that color worked into the darker folds of the material. But you don't have to overthink it. If you do too much, don't worry. We're going to go in with other colors. There's not really too much that we can do to mess it up, I promise. Just keep a light hand. That way you can blend all the other colors into it much easier later. And I want this, you know, this little skirt area to be different. It's going to be different than her you know, main outfit and leotard here. So but this, you know, these little things, yes, these are part of it. So I'm gonna work this in. And you don't have to be really, you know, detail specific with these. You know, you just kind of move those colors in, move it around. Kind of, like I said, you're just sort of outlining or just kind of touching here and there. And we will be adding more colors to this, but this, just like I said, kind of gives us a guide, kind of gives us a way to judge where we are. Okay, I'm gonna get a darker, if I can find one, kind of a darker fuchsia color. This one's called magenta. And I'm gonna kind of grab these even darker spots. I'm just kind of working it into the very darkest spots. And as you can see, you can definitely tell where the cuts of these materials are starting to look lighter and deeper and different just with the two colors so far. We haven't done anything extreme. Definitely, you just have to be patient and, you know, enjoy the process. You have to just kind of go with it. And eventually everything starts to fall together and you're like, oh, okay, that's why we do it this way. That might be all we want with this one. Okay, now I'm going to get kind of like a lighter pink. This one's called just pale pink. And then I'm going to color in the rest of this skirt area. But I'm leaving the highlighted areas. I'm not going over every single seam. Definitely want to work that color into, kind of back into the darker colors. And is that dark enough? I'm not sure. Let's get a darker, warmer. This one's called Peony. Let's try this one. I wanted something just a little bit deeper. Better. And as you can tell, I don't always erase things. Sometimes I just plow right in and put the new color over the old one, and it works. Sometimes sometimes it does. Most of the time it does. I just make it work. I'm like, okay, that looks good. And I'm not coloring in all the highlighted areas like these, you know. They're almost like well, seams. I've said that once before, but it's almost like brocade. And we are going to leave those areas open. And you can go right over those darker areas that we colored before. Now, the trick to satin or silk is knowing how the light is touching it and if you want it to show more than one color. And if it's one solid color, then obviously it's all about the highlights and the shine, which we're gonna do. but I want this to have like an iridescent orange shimmer to it. So that's what we're gonna work in here in a second. First, I'm trying to get this little pink in here. And I'm just kind of going over the mid-tones with our color. Before I go over to the other side, I'm going to get that orange color out. This one is called Pumpkin. And I'm just going to kind of touch here and there. That might not be the right shade. You're not trying to overwhelm it. You're just trying to show that when the light hits it a certain way, or the fabric's turned, curved in a certain way, the sheen or the shine of the fabric changes. I'm going to go back to this lighter pink that we had in the beginning. Kind of blend all of this together. Now we can still see these, and we can go back in with, a white pencil or a white gel pen to lighten these up. But the brocade area can be changed to a different color. We can make it lighter, darker. Usually I make it lighter, but a couple of weeks ago I made one that was much darker, like the seams were darker, and it turned out pretty good. So we will wait and see how we feel about it when we've got all this other stuff worked in here. I just kind of keep feeling like it's too light. But let's keep going with it. We'll see. So we've got all of our shadows worked in. And let's go to our pink. lot of really light places on this side that we'll work into. The orange, and this is kind of a dip right here. To the lighter pink to kind of blend it all in. It just kind of blends all those colors, kind of sets them. And if anything is really off, and then we can go back, we see it more clearly, and we can go back and touch it up. Oops, sorry about that. And that's what it looks like from a distance, but I think we need a little more orange over here. And I'm going to go back in with this deeper purple and just kind of deepen up these shadow areas. You know, once you got the other colors in there, it's easier to see what's missing, where you're lacking. Just kind of put it in there nice and easy. And this gives us a really good start on it. This is kind of an involved outfit. It's a very involved little skirt. So I knew it was going to take us at least 2 videos to get this together. And of course we've still got all of this, and we've got all of this, and we've got all of this detail work. So we've got our work cut out for us. Hopefully you guys are happy with her so far, and you don't have to follow this color theme. You can make this any color that you want. I'm just kind of trying to show you how to make the lights and the shines, and of course we're a long way from done on this, so I hope that it's been easy to follow so far. If it has, if it's been helpful, give the video a thumbs up. That way it helps other people looking for art tutorials, helps them find us so that they can hang out with us and learn about cool coloring tips and tricks and art supplies and all of that good stuff. So anyway, yeah, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you can see whenever I drop a new video, which is usually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also, I have a coloring group over on Facebook. It's called BadA Art. Feel free to come over, join, share your work, share your stuff with us. Everybody there is super kind and helpful and wonderful. Come join our family. So I am going to leave it there for now. We will be back next time working on the details and the shadows and the actual shine of the silk on this little skirt. And we will be back to fill in this part of her outfit. We will work on the background as well. So we'll just do her from start to finish. We can do her from start to finish. Okay, everybody, hope you've enjoyed it. Catch you next time.